Today, we embark on a magical mystery tour into the incredible world of the Beatles. From their humble beginnings in Liverpool to conquering the global music scene, the Beatles remain an iconic force, with their melodies echoing through the annals of history. So, grab your ticket to ride as we unravel the story of this Fab Four. Early days in Liverpool. The story begins in Liverpool, England, a city that would witness the birth of one of the greatest bands in the history of music. John Lennon, a rebellious and charismatic young man, first crossed paths with Paul McCartney at a church fair in 1957. Impressed by Paul's musical talents, John invited him to join his skiffle group, the Quarrymen. Paul introduces George. The formation of the band took a decisive turn when Paul McCartney introduced another young talent to the Quarrymen, George Harrison. Despite George's youth, his exceptional guitar skills caught the attention of John and Paul. The trio's shared passion for music laid the foundation for what would become the Beatles. Ringo completes the quartet. As the Quarrymen evolved into the Beatles, the final piece of the puzzle fell into place. Ringo Starr, a dynamic drummer known for his distinctive style, joined the group in 1962, replacing Pete Best. With Ringo behind the drum kit, the Fab Four, as they would later be known, were complete. Early bond and musical chemistry. Beyond their musical talents, the Beatles shared a remarkable camaraderie and a natural musical chemistry. Their early years, often spent playing in the vibrant nightlife of Hamburg, Germany, forged a deep bond that translated into the magic we hear in their timeless recordings. Following the success of Please Please Me as a single, the record company sought a full album in record time. George Martin seized on the boys' perfected live energy from Hamburg, recording the entire Please Please Me LP in less than 13 hours. To preserve Lennon's voice, Twist and Shout was saved for last. In contrast, the whimsical tune Yellow Submarine underwent a different journey, taking nearly a month to complete. As the Beatles' sound grew more experimental in the mid-1960s, this delightful song became a testament to their evolving musicality. Beatlemania takes flight. Their journey from local fame to global stardom was meteoric. The infectious energy of Beatlemania swept across the world as John, Paul, George, and Ringo conquered hearts with their catchy tunes, witty charm, and groundbreaking approach to music. The rise to global stardom. The Beatles' breakthrough came with the release of Please Please Me in 1963, an album that showcased their infectious energy and captured the hearts of fans worldwide. Their subsequent albums, including A Hard Day's Night, Help, and Rubber Soul, marked an evolution in sound, establishing the Beatles as trailblazers of the British invasion in the United States. Individual talents. While the Beatles were a collective force, each member brought unique talents to the table. John Lennon's poetic lyricism and distinctive vocals, Paul McCartney's melodic genius and versatile musicality, George Harrison's soulful guitar work, and Ringo Starr's steady drumming all contributed to the band's eclectic sound. Revolver and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. As the 60s progressed, so did the Beatles' artistic experimentation. The albums Revolver and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band showcased their willingness to push musical boundaries, incorporating elements of psychedelia, Indian music, and avant-garde influences. These works solidified their status as musical innovators. Influence on popular culture. The Beatles weren't just musicians, they were cultural trendsetters. From their hairstyles to their fashion, they became symbols of the swinging 60s. Their cultural impact extended beyond music, influencing everything from art and fashion to the very fabric of society during a time of significant social change. End of an era. In 1970, the Beatles announced their breakup, marking the end of an era. Each member pursued solo careers with varying degrees of success. Despite the breakup, their legacy endured, and their solo endeavors contributed to the richness of the musical landscape in the decades that followed. Legacy and influence. More than half a century later, the Beatles' influence remains immeasurable. Their music continues to inspire generations of artists, and their songs are timeless classics that resonate with people of all ages. From Hey Jude to Let It Be, the Beatles' catalog remains a testament to the enduring power of melody and harmony. In a poignant epilogue to their storied career, the Beatles revealed Now and Then, heralded by Apple Corps as potentially their last song. Emerging from a late 70s piano and vocal demo by John Lennon, this melancholic composition encapsulates the essence of lost love. Our exploration delves into the creation of this final Beatles track, offering a wistful journey spanning decades and underlining the band's enduring legacy, persisting even after the apparent conclusion of their collaborative endeavors. Released on Thursday, November 2, 2023, Now and Then is positioned as the last Beatles song. It's a melancholic ode to lost love reconstructed from a piano and vocal demo recorded by John Lennon in the late 1970s, well after the Beatles disbanded. Yoko Ono introduced this and other Lennon demos to the surviving Beatles in 1994, leading to the collaborative effort to finalize the track, marking a bookend to their posthumous releases like Free as a Bird and Real Love. The release of Now and Then is not only a musical offering, but also a strategic move, featured on the reissued The Beatles 1967-1970 alongside an updated version of The Beatles 1962-1966. This previously unreleased gem, the last song the Beatles worked on together, had its challenges, with George Harrison dismissing it as undesirable. Sound quality issues were mitigated in the 2020s, thanks to advanced software that clarified Lennon's vocals, allowing McCartney and Starr to complete the composition using both 1995 and 2022 recordings. Despite the intricate production, Now and Then resonates with Lennon's poignant lyrics and melodies. His heartfelt vocals express a longing for a departed presence, framed by a melody that starts simply and evolves into a grand orchestral arrangement. McCartney's nuanced contributions, including the replaying of Lennon's piano parts and a slide guitar solo reminiscent of Harrison's style, add layers to the emotional landscape. The finished track, while simplifying Lennon's emotional complexity, leaves a lasting impact as a final testament to the Beatles' collective journey. The financial legacy. As the Beatles soared to unprecedented heights in the music industry, their financial success mirrored their artistic triumphs. At the peak of their career, the Beatles collectively amassed a staggering net worth, securing their status as not just cultural icons but financial powerhouses. Business ventures beyond music. However, the Beatles were not content with merely dominating the charts. They ventured into various business realms that showcased their entrepreneurial acumen. From establishing Apple Corp, a multimedia corporation, to delving into film production, their forays beyond music demonstrated a multifaceted approach to entertainment. Apple Corp and multimedia ventures. In 1968, the Beatles founded Apple Corp, a company designed to encompass their diverse creative pursuits. Beyond music, Apple Corp embraced film production, animation, and even a boutique. While the venture faced challenges, it symbolized the Beatles' desire to extend their influence far beyond the realm of music. Film ventures and magical mystery tours. The Beatles didn't just conquer the airwaves, they conquered the silver screen. Their films, such as A Hard Day's Night, Help, and the psychedelic magical mystery tour, showcased their charisma and creativity in visual storytelling. These cinematic ventures added yet another dimension to the Beatles' artistic repertoire, legacy, and enduring impact. Determining the most successful Beatles member can be subjective, as success can be measured in various ways such as musical influence, songwriting, financial achievements, or post-Beatles solo careers. Each member brought unique talents and strengths to the group. Determining the most successful can vary based on personal criteria. In terms of financial success, Paul McCartney has often been cited as the wealthiest former Beatle, but each member made significant contributions to music and culture in their own right. Conclusion. As we conclude our journey through the Beatlemania era, one thing is certain: the Beatles' impact on music and popular culture is everlasting. Their story is not just about success, it's about innovation, creativity, and the enduring magic of music. Join us next time as we continue to explore the stories behind the music legends who have shaped our world. Until then, let the music play on.